Ifeneke mtekene kwa mone bomolo plande nwekene kwa mone mbasenkata biko ndị Igbo abodo Jew, because this debate has been lingering for a very long time. You gotta go. But a Jew and Ghana for dog as in Igbo Israel. Nda Ibon Igbo, Ibon da don't mazi dibia bido that Igbo mentality ya. You gotta go. Sino ya mwa baby we form ndị Igbo. Ono kata mazi dibia ga Ethiopia. Sino na akuzile ndị Ethiopia about Christianity. Na Christianity no ndocha we but eche na Ethiopia is the way Christianity is ebido in Africa. Man, I don't worry. So this thing na ndị Igbo si Jew, ndị Igbo bụ Israel, ndị Igbo bụ nka. Biko, can we put a cool clarification about it? This video will also open your eye. Kiye nwale ihe anako n'ụbọchị nke tata. Biko, achọm ka ego chance go for man in this video man in learn nsi. God one.
Are Igbos really Jews? Who started this claim that Igbos are Jews? What are the factors that try to disprove that Igbos are not Jews? Are we really the descendants of the Jews? Why do many Igbos love to identify that they are Jews? And what are the similarities between the Igbos and the ancient Israelites? Are we really the lost tribe of Israel? My name is Matthew Dochko. Please, you must share this video. If we don't write our history, our enemies will rewrite it for us. After this video, you must watch to the end. We will be able to identify if Igbos are Jews or not. If we have Jewish ancestry or not. Who started this claim? This claim that Igbos are Jews are dated back to more than 17th century or 18th century by the colonial masters, especially the colonial missionaries. The claim that Igbos are Jews was not based on good intents by the colonial masters. It was as a result of political and the cultural subjugation. And they based this narrative on the Hermetic hypothesis and the Oriental hypothesis. Because when they came here, they find out that there was a civilization that was awesome then. Now, you know, their Hermetic hypothesis stated that this Hermetic hypothesis is a 19th century a scientific hypothesis asserting that any civilization, both sophisticated institution, cultural civilization in sub-Saharan Africa must be traced back to the Hamites, a group of Caucasian pastoralists. They say that any civilization, advancements, scientific breakthrough in sub-Saharan Africa must be traced back to the Hamites. This is Hermetic hypothesis of the colonial masters. So they don't believe that any good thing can come out of Africa. That is why they started this claim. Somebody, an Igbo man that tried to fortify, tried to solidify this claim was a man, Alauda Equiano. He used to be a slave because he was taken here from our land when he was 11 years old. Him and his sister. He used to be a slave. He was the one that started this narrative that Igbos are the lost tribe of Israel. And he based his claim on factors like circumcision. Factors like circumcision and other cultural practices, other similarities that Igbos have with the Jews, like purification of women, naming children after a particular event, and their business acumen and their persecution. He was the one that started this claim that Igbos are the lost tribe of Israel. But he doesn't have the capacity to, because he left our land when he was 11 years old. So he doesn't have enough knowledge to be able to ascertain that. Why do some Igbos love to identify that they are Jews? One of the major reasons is because when the British came here, they stripped us of our nobility. So for some Igbos trying to search for noble ancestry, They love such claim, trying to search for noble ancestry. This is one of the major reasons. And another reason is trying to ascertain the biblical narrative. This is one of the major reasons. You know that the British, they based this thing, another hypothesis, the Oriental hypothesis. It is a historical and an anthropological concept suggesting that the Igbos migrated from the Middle East and they are descendants of the ancient Israelites. It was Olaudah Equiano in 1789 that called us the lost tribe of Israel. But are we really the lost tribes of Israel? Why do many people say that Igbos are Jews? Because of these reasons. One is Igbos practice circumcision, the Jews practice circumcision. These are the cultural similarities. And the Igbos name a child after a particular event. Likewise, the Jews. The Igbos have passed through, Igbos carry out purification of women, likewise the Jews. The Igbos have passed through a lot of persecution, likewise the Jews. And the Igbos are blessed with business acumen, likewise the Jews. These are the similarities between the Igbos and the Jews. Now, what are the factors that differentiate between the Igbos and the Jews? One of the major factors that you would use to disprove that Igbos are not really Jews is one, language. The Jews speak Hebrew and they write Hebrew. The Igbos speak Igbo and they write Akago and Nsebede. So there are no similarities in their spoken and written language, which is supposed to be one of the major factors that's supposed to prove that Igbos are from the Jewish ancestry. The second one is the Ajala. The Igbos cannot use Ajala as a means of ascertaining to Chukwu if they did not start their journey from here. You cannot go to Australia, you cannot go to Spain and carry the Ajala and start calling it Ajala Igbo. It means that this is where it all began. This is where it all began. And there is no genetic proof. There is no genetic study that has proved that the Jews are the Igbos are Jews. There is no anthropological there is no archaeological study that proves that the Jews are Igbo. There is no historical proof. Lastly, religion. We practice almost a different religion from there. They practice Judaism, we practice ancient Igbo traditional religion. And in order to solidify this claim, the attributes of the Achi and ours are not the same. Now, biblically, it has been proven that the Achi, the Jewish God, kill in numbers. It has destroyed the world in many occasions that can be traced from the Christian Bible. Why the Igbo God called Chukwu or Chineke see life as sacred, cannot take life? And the Jewish God in the Old Testament approves slavery. Why the Igbo God forbids slavery? The Jewish God is patriarchal. Why the Igbo God is matriarchal? The Jewish God is misogynist. Why the Igbo God has no gender issues? When the Jewish God retaliates anytime you offend it, why the Igbo God does not? So we have a lot of differences, and these differences outweighs the similarities. We don't know where we get these similarities from, whether they adopted it from us or whether we adopted it from them. But that doesn't mean that we have the same ancestry. That doesn't mean that Igbos are Jews. That doesn't mean that we share the same ancestry. That doesn't mean that we share the same ancestry. I know that most people, as a result of emotion, because the colonial masters have stripped of us, they have stripped us of our nobility, our pride, our dignity. We are trying to search for, we're trying to attach ourselves with a noble ancestry. That doesn't mean that we are Jews. Igbos are Igbos, the ancient people. The ancient people, Igbo,